You should purposely right now try not to sound like P&B or Lil Uzi. Like, and so many people sound just like all these people I'm naming because they see them get success. Just like when Cassidy blew up and then everybody was a punchline rapper. Remember they used to call niggas Beanie Babies. Everybody's trying to rap like Beans. Like, nah. Always take your own approach and hustle. Like, y'all see me on camera, I'm drinking tea. I'm drinking tea from, you know, from the Middle East. I ain't gotta have no plastic cup faking like I'm drinking Lane and all that. I'm drinking tea, herbal tea. Clearing my mind, building, vibing, making sure I got a clear mind for this interview. My iPhone is my office. As you see me on my phone, that's all business. Booking emails, setting up stuff, setting up this press run now for the album with me and CeeLo. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is, the main thing I can tell them, show, is pray, plan, win. That's my thing. Pray, plan, win. Pray on it, plan it, and win. And believe in your plan. You know what I'm saying? And you can't do the same things and expect different results. Like, y'all just doing all the same showcases, and you know what I mean? You can't do what Jimmy the Saint is doing. You can't do what Show is doing and Philly Fame is doing. You can't do what Rerun the Streets is doing. You gotta do what you're doing. The Show won't bring his camera to film you. Invest in your own camera and film yourself. Cosmic Kev won't put you on his radio show. Do your own internet radio show. It's the time of bossing up. You know what I'm saying? They won't put you on a DVD. Do your own DVD. Whoever, you know what I'm saying? Boss up. They won't send you clothing from their clothing lines. This Inshallah clothing right here, I'm the brand ambassador. I've done clothing deals with Inshallah clothing. I was part of the relaunch of Coogee. I was part of the relaunch of the Tonic, the Hakeem the Dreams. This book bag is Mint. I did big business with Mint. Shout out to Mint. Check these out. Shout out to Bungie. You know what I'm saying? These sold out. These are sold out. You know what I mean? Tag on them and all that. It's on Trump. You know what I'm saying? I did a deal with Bungie. You know what I'm saying? Red bottoms for the hustlers. You know what I mean? Patent leather. Performance sock. Real comfortable. You know, my name in there too, all in the insole. You know what I'm saying? So they know it's official. But that's just doing good business. And somebody like Bungie sees me do other great business and wants to get involved, and we do business. You know what I'm saying? So my main thing is, like, you know, be different, man. Go about it in a different way and move around these cats, man. You can't blame nobody no more. Like, our generation was blaming Cosmic Kev. This generation can't blame nobody. You don't need to be on Part 99. You can win without Part 99.
Cause you've been on record saying that y'all niggas can rap your ass off, but I'm the greatest hustler alive, so I'ma just out hustle, out grind everybody. So talk about that.
Not only do I say I'm the greatest hustler alive, Google says I'm the greatest hustler alive, and you niggas believe everything Google says. So when y'all Google greatest hustler alive, you hit images, all pictures of Tone Trump. You hit news, all articles about Tone Trump. Go ahead, show. Back to your question.
So cause Philly is a city known for rap, known for people rapping their ass off. You know what I mean? And so you come along like, you know what? I can't rap like y'all niggas, but I could grind and I could talk my shit.
Right.
So from a city that's known for rapping, one of the people that made it the farthest is somebody who don't even consider themselves in that category at all. So just talk about the mindset behind that, and how did you really win going outside of that frame, which is Philly rapping niggas.
To be honest, because I noticed, I seen so many dudes that rap so good not having any success. Watching DVDs, watching y'all DVDs, watching other DVDs, I'm seeing dudes that's been so good at rapping for so long, and they never look like they had money. You know what I mean? Like they never, I just never seen anything. Like, it's like, so clearly I knew right away, you know, like, you look at the game now, like, I was always a forward thinker. Like, you know, but people used to always say, man, I ain't never heard none of Tone Trump music. Now they say that about everybody that's popping now. You look at somebody like Black Youngster who's on Instagram throwing money all the time. But the main thing people say is, what do he even sing? What's his song? Nobody even knows. You know what I'm saying? So I was just ahead of my time and forward thinking, and like, I knew right away, like, I'm coming from a town where Black Thought, you know, Beanie Siegel, you know what I mean, Cassidy, Freeway, Sandman, you know what I mean, like, these dudes, like, you know what I mean, like, Hollow Man, Cree Forge, Scrap Metal, like, these dudes, I'm watching these dudes on DVDs, Fly Boys, you know, all these dudes, I'm watching these dudes come up, even Joey Jihad and guys like that, you know what I mean, watching them come up, rapping their ass off. I'm like, I ain't gonna compete with that. But this shit is entertainment, and I felt like I was more entertaining. You know what I mean? I felt, you know, my interviews was hotter. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, my interviews was hotter. I felt like I could dress in a way that would capture people's attention. You know, they all got on black Dickies. You know what I mean? I'm gonna put on a black Dickie, but maybe get my joint airbrushed. You know what I mean? Just always do something to be a little different. You know what I'm saying? To stand out. You know, to be a star. You know, I felt like I was a star, and they was all rappers. You know, I felt like I had a great business mind. I had a plan. I was seeing it out. Like when I'm seeing them like so much money that they wasn't getting. Like I used to be like, damn, these niggas getting 1 million views just rapping on 52nd and Market. And I was thinking about like, I remember like having conversations with people like, you know, like Young Hot and Touch Money and them back in the day. Like, yo, man, there's ways y'all should be able to like get sponsors like to hold up like an energy drink and get a big ass check because y'all getting more views than anybody in the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you know, to each his own. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure them brothers found other ways to feed their families, but you know what I mean? It was so much money left on the table. You know what I mean? Somebody like Reed Dollar should be rich off just YouTube. You know, he really should. He should get a check every month for like 10 grand just for all the work he put in, but you know, he wasn't on top of his shit. Like a lot of his views was going to other people. He wasn't getting them personally. People putting up Reed clips and they getting 6 million hits on it. So they got that money. That's fucked up, but you know what I mean? Maybe one day in music now, the way they track and stream and it'll change, but I was just always ahead, bro. That's why I said when everybody was talking about that Piff, I was selling digital downloads. You know what I mean? When everybody was complaining about Cosmic Kev, I was going around doing every internet radio show. You know, when everybody was complaining about which DVDs they wouldn't get put on, I was thinking about making short films. You know what I'm saying? So when everybody was, you know, still dragging on MySpace, I was figuring out what Twitter was. And people were saying, man, what the fuck is Twitter? Twitter corny. I remember one year at the Hip Hop Awards, I won Twitter of the Year or some shit. And niggas when they was like, man, ain't nobody on Twitter. And then like 6 months later, the whole Twitter was just the most important thing in the game. Forward thinking, man, and just believing in myself. I always believed I was better than these guys. You know what I'm saying? I always believed, like I used to be like, man, they gonna love me if they like him. You know what I'm saying? And I believed that, and I just carried myself like a star and felt like I was a star even when I wasn't. And you know, now, you know what I mean, like I leave my house every day and I gotta take pictures with fans and stuff like that. And I got a lot of opportunities coming my way that I'm real proud of, mashallah. And I just always believe. Like when you talk about I went the opposite way, I was forced, but then I found out I liked it. You know what I mean? And the law is the best of all planners. So my plan for me wasn't meant for me to just get along with everybody and get all the favors from niggas from right now. It was for me to go see the world, and it was a blessing. Like I'm able to tell my children, you know what I'm saying? Like I've been all over, you know what I mean? Just off my grind and my hustle and my forward thinking. Like, you know what I mean? Like I do shows in Canada. I get to lead a country, you know what I'm saying? I do shows all through the Midwest, you know, to be able to just tour, you know, in Ohio, Michigan, like I said, Minnesota.
With this, man.
Let's get it.
Basically, from the industry's perspective, because Benz, though you came from the underground like a lot of the artists, and then you've been around the biggest cats in the industry, and you've been in the mix of the industry.
Right.
So what did you, perception-wise, I know you perceived it to be one way, so when you got in the mix of that, what did you experience, what you come across, what you learned that you could share with people that ain't never been near the industry before?
One of the main things I could say is like, you know, like when you get the opportunity to be around dudes in the industry, or you know, you get a chance to work with them, you gotta understand the fact that once you get to that point that you belong. Like, you know, when I first was in the studio with Jeezy, it was times where I was in awe. Like I remember being like, we was in the Circle House studio in Miami one time, and I'm on my phone and I look up and shit, like, and we talking about something, and I'm just in my head really like, this fucking young Jeezy I'm over here talking to. Like, it wasn't that long ago where I was just listening to this nigga music every fucking day. It wasn't that long ago that I didn't know what ad-lib was. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't that long ago that I wasn't, you know, they niggas saying I was the worst rapper in Philly. And now I'm in this $1 million studio making great music with a nigga who was my favorite rapper at one point. So, but fast forward now, when I'm in the studio working with CeeLo Green, a 5-time Grammy winner, CeeLo song Crazy, Rolling Stone called that the best song of the decade. You know, this is somebody who's an icon. This is somebody from Goody Mob all the way up to the stuff with Gnarls Barkley, all the way up to the stuff that he's doing now. And now, you know, when I'm in the studio with him, my approach is, you know, I belong. You know what I mean? I'm great too. You know what I'm saying? Let's create this great and timeless music. And it goes a long way just in believing. But the main thing I can say is, you know what I'm saying, just know you belong and believe in yourself and put yourself in a place like everybody human. You know what I mean? I met everybody. You know, I met Jay-Z. You know what I mean? Being on the phone with 50 Cent. You know what I'm saying? You know, working in the studio with Ryan Leslie. I was in Cali working with Warren G. I got a record called What You Smoking On. You can look that up with Warren G. You know what I mean? Being in his studio, getting to listen to unreleased records with him and Nate Dogg. You know what I mean? Being on the set of Law & Order SVU with Ice-T for the day, and Ice-T just giving me game, and he telling me unheard stories about him and Tupac. You know, these is things, you know what I'm saying? You know, traveling with Snow. You know, getting to hear stories from Jeezy, you know, his come up, and this is all lessons I learned, you know, being around K-Slay. But my main thing is knowing that you belong. And when you say what's something that I can tell people from the underground is it all pays off. You know what I mean? Because whatever point you at right now, whatever big star you think about can relate to that point too. So you gotta make yourself relate to the point they at. You gotta believe. Like, I remember one day Jeezy saying to me, man, I'm buying 5 cars tomorrow, and he wasn't playing. He had just got his license back. He was like, I'm buying 5 cars tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to know what that's about. CeeLo just telling me, you know, CeeLo showed me a picture of a new, you know, a new Porsche and say, I'm about to get this just because. You know, being able to do what you want when you want, and also do it for the people around you. You know what I mean? That's what's attractive to me. So my main thing is just knowing you belong. And people say what's different? It's not much different. It's just, you know, as the higher you go up, everything gets a little greater, the good and the bad. You know, when you move up, the money goes up, the problems go up, the girls get prettier, they get shystier, you know what I mean? More people trying to be your friend, they got more ulterior motives. You know, but also the food get better, you know, the hotels get better, you know. I used to go on the road, we'd be staying in hole in the walls, and then next thing you know, when I'm on tour with Snow, I'm at the W every city we in. We at the Ritz, you know what I'm saying? So, experiencing it all, you know, I done did shows in, you know, in Martinsburg, West Virginia, in a hole in the wall, and then I'm with CeeLo, and we in Madison Square Garden, halftime of the Knicks versus LeBron. And, you know what I'm saying? So like, to see it all, man, I take it all in. You know what I mean? Man, it's Tone Trump, the greatest hustler alive, aka Pretty Tony, aka I just got my hair cut today. Shout out to Chink the barber. I look better than all. I'm young, I'm pretty, I'm in the best shape of my life, and right now I'm watching my favorite show, Philly Fame TV. You know what it is, Philly Fame. I got Philly Fame, but I was more focused on being global and not local. But to be on Philly Fame TV is an honor. Let's support this, y'all. Let's win. Shit.
This is a Quicksand production.